Linear relation summative assignment. Every day we start listening to the land acknowledgement, and this is an opportunity for us to recognize that we are on Indigenous lands and also to recognize what happened in the past. In this assignment for the linear relations, you're going to use your knowledge of equations and lines and Desmos to create a design that's inspired by Indigenous art and symbols of the tribes of Canada. You can find your picture on one of these websites that I have listed, or you can Google it and find some Indigenous art. This is an example of a Haida totem art. The symbol of this is a bear, and the meaning is teacher, often misunderstood, welcome, friendly, strength, learned humility, and motherhood. Now, what you're asked to do is to take that piece of art and draw an outline for it. You're going to find the art, upload the picture in slide number 7, and then in slide 8, you're going to upload the picture into the graph and create an outline. This is an exemplar of that piece of art that I had with an outline around it. So without the picture, I still have the shape of the art. Now, all of these lines that were created, I have written them into the left-hand side. These equations are all in y is equal to mx plus b form with an additional section where it limits the line's length. So on the left-hand side, you saw that there was the legend where you're going to upload the file of the picture and the equations of each line. Each one must include at least one horizontal line, one vertical line, a line with a positive slope and a positive y-intercept, a positive slope with a negative y-intercept, negative slope, negative y-intercept, and a negative slope and a negative y-intercept. You need to have at least 16 to 20 equations of the lines. So once again, this is the example, and we're going to talk a bit more about how we do this. Here's the restrictions. When we're talking about restrictions, you see that this line stops. And in class, we've always said that lines continue on to infinity. However, this one, you see that the minimum x value is -4, and the maximum x value is a 5. So this line is y is equal to half x plus 5, but then I've put a restriction on it, and the way to write a restriction, we put a curly bracket, we put the lower limit of -4 and an upper limit of 5 in the end. Now, let's say we're looking at this green line. What's the restriction of this green line? We know that the minimum x value is at 0 and the maximum x value is 5. Now, be careful, you're just looking at the x coordinate, not the y coordinate. So in order for me to write the restriction for the screen line, we're going to have curly bracket, the lower limit of 0, inequality symbol, x, inequality symbol again, and 5. Now, if you write this into Desmos, you'll be able to limit your line to only existing between 0 and 5. In slide 6, you're going to upload your picture here. Upload your image, share it with the class, and you'll be able to see other people's pictures as well. In this box, I want you to put a description of your art piece. So just like what I did in the first slide, the name of the piece and the meaning of it. Finally, this is where you're going to upload your graph and you're going to create lines to outline the picture. To outline your picture, to upload a picture, you're going to add item, add the image that you've saved from the internet, and it'll show up here. You can shrink or enlarge the picture as you like, and then we're going to create equations of lines to outline. You're going to write this in y is equal to mx plus b form. So for example, y is equal to 3/4 x plus 1. And you need a restriction after it using the curly brackets. So in this case, I only want it from -10 to +10. So -10 is the lower limit, and then +10